Hello friends, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you step by step how to watercolor these blueberries. So let's jump right into it. The products you will need for today's video, I'll link them all down below, but you're going to need some paper, some paintbrushes, a jar of water, a paper towel, and then your paints. And of course I'll use the ones I'm using or some of my favorites in the description box for you guys to check out. But to start off, I'm going to just start mixing my blue paint for this. Now for this, I like to use this pretty royal blue on my palette, and then I add a little bit of a darker navy or black to it just to make it a little bit more of a natural blueberry look. And then here for my green, I just mix a couple different greens on my palette till I get one that I feel like kind of goes with this blue color, but you could really do whatever you want here. Then I'm just going to load up my brush and start with these blueberries. Now these are really simple, and I just thought I would add hopefully a bunch of tutorials like this to my channel of different things that are simple to start watercoloring with if you just want some basic things to maybe add to a greeting card. Or for this, I ended up putting this art in my frame. I just had an extra frame and it turned out really cute. So I'm going to zoom you guys in here so you can see a little bit better. But these blueberries are really simple to do. It's just a circle, and yeah, just take your time with it, practice it. I made a bunch of little berry cards that said "You are very sweet" or "Thank you very much" or "Very much," and that was really fun, and I got a lot of practice in doing that. So they're really quite simple to do. You just want to let them dry, and then I like to drop in a little bit of that darker pigment onto one side to add a little bit of a shadow when I do make these blueberries, and then I'll go back in when they dry and add more darkness in different spots just to make them a little bit more and pop off the page. But for that's overall all you need to do for the blueberries, because they're just circles, but you could fill the whole page or do lots of different things. So while it's still wet, you want to drop in that color just so it bleeds nicely together, and there you go. So I like to do usually a little clump of 3 when I make these blueberries, and then you're just going to rinse out your brush again, and I'm going to add my 3rd blueberry here. But that's really quite simple to watercolor these. It just takes lots of practice, and take your time, make it slow so you get your good circles. These brushes I recently got from Temu, I'm not quite sure. I'll put a little picture of their logo on the screen, and I am really enjoying them, and I think they were like $3, so I'll try and find them and link them below for you guys. But I've been really liking them recently. They're a little bit more of a stiff bristle than the other brushes I usually use, which are MLFave or like a snap brush, and these are actually quite stiff, which helps me get those nice crisp lines. So they're great for something like this that I want to look a little bit more precise, or like not perfect looking, but like more of a shape. Versus like a loose floral, I like to have a little bit of a bigger brush. So here I'm working on the leaves, and for this I really feel like watercoloring, I'll try my best to explain it, but I feel like you learn a lot just from watching. So for these leaves, you're just going to make a light stroke and then do a heavy pressure, kind of like when you would try brush lettering or something like that. You're going to go light, heavy, and then light pressure again to try and get that nice point at the end of your leaf and at the beginning, just to make it look more natural. And I just like to continue that all over the stem of these blueberries and just take my time. I love listening to music or an audiobook as I watercolor. I find it really relaxing, and it's a great way to spend some time getting creative. And especially if you're listening to a book, I feel so productive, or I really enjoy that little time. So yeah, I would love to know what you guys like to do while you paint. And if you have any other video or tutorial suggestions. And yeah, I just continue that with your leaves, and it's a great practice for leaves and different things like that. I like to kind of wedge them in between my blueberries, and then I'll like to write like a quote underneath it or something if I'm going to stick it in a frame or use it as a greeting card. Or you could just leave it blank how it is as some practice, or you could fill a whole page. I actually think this would make a really cute bullet journal theme also. And yeah, Let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. Now I'm going to speed up the rest of me painting the leaves a little bit so I don't bore you, and then we'll go to the next step with our painting. Once you have rinsed out your brush, we can go ahead and move on to the next and final step of our painting of these blueberries. So for this, you're going to mix together two colors. I like to do my black and I like to mix it in with my blue color just to get a darker shade. And you're just going to make these little spiky shapes here in the middle just to kind of add some texture to the blueberries and a little something else. I feel like they do have these little things on them though, like when you pull them fresh off the bush, that they were connected to the bush on. I'm not really sure what they're called. They probably have a proper name, so if you know that, put it down in the comments for us who don't know. But yeah, that is it. That is how you paint that. Make sure to rinse out your brush, don't leave the paint in there, and let it dry. And yeah, that is it for today's tutorial. I hope you found it helpful. If you know anyone who you think would enjoy it, don't forget to share it, like the video if you think you learned something or enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you later.